Alright, bros. Today was just another not so good day for me. I did take a very small win. In fact, I believe it was like 3 ticks. Pure chop in the AM. I thought we had a continuation pattern here. Right here, the 1 minute. Inverse head and shoulders, and we're just gonna go higher and take out these highs here, like all this stack liquidity for short orders. And we ended up doing that in the lunch session, but I trade AM, so I missed out on this opportunity here when we inverse this bearish 1 minute and we swept London. This was an A+ setup. I can't believe I missed this. This is like classic what I love to see, and it balanced out the SMT from NQ. As you can see, NQ had already taken that earlier in the session, and it balanced out that bearish SMT, reacted off of it, had a great inversion right here, enter off that, stop at the swing low maybe. But I would have wanted to see a London get taken, but it looks like it reacted off true day open, so I probably would have trailed. But, even this is a good trade. If I trailed and recognized that it had a reaction off of true day open, and that the NQ actually took those highs at the same time. So since NQ takes it and it's a correlating asset, you could have a potential reversal. So I probably would have closed there anyways. But I think that was my reasoning for closing here. Is that we were approaching Trump's speech, and Trump's typically very volatile. Didn't look too bad today, right here. But I just wanted to get out before he said something crazy, so I'm glad I did actually. Why did I enter here? You can see on the 5 minute. We inversed this gap right here, waiting for the candle closure. I entered off a slight pullback, I believe. It went up like this high, and I entered off a little pullback, but it came down quite low actually. So just targeting, that same target from earlier. But since that didn't get hit on ES, maybe they're still resting orders, even though it was hit on NQ. And so I was still on because I didn't have work today. And I see this, it's like this resistance, it really resisted that hard. I guess there's lots of buy orders here. And so what happens? We had another inverse 1 minute. We had another inverse 1 minute here off of that same liquidity sweep, even though it was already swept, so I don't know how that exactly functions, but if you put your stop at the recent swing low, maybe a few more ticks, 18-20. I typically run a 20 tick stop just to be safe and target what wasn't swept, Asia and London. Let's just go with London. Crazy. That would have been a crazy trade as well, and you wouldn't have, that would have been getting me nervous here. I've been like, oh man, maybe I was too greedy, maybe we were just targeting this internal high. There's probably a 5 minute there. Oh yeah, over here. Maybe we're just targeting this internal high, or maybe we're just balancing out this bearish gap, having a reaction off this bearish gap. I was too greedy, but that would have been a good trade to take as well. Extra confirmation. Potentially this inversion of this 5 minute, but we've already missed half the move at that point. So I think I'm gonna start hunting in on 1 minute MAC entry after a liquidity sweep. Typically I like to see a liquidity sweep, and I think that's why I got stopped out yesterday. It's because I didn't wait. I wasn't really that patient. And now it's 2 days in a row where, sure, I didn't lose today, but cumulatively I faded over 100 ticks on ES. This is 50 and this is 65, so. And I'm sure there's shorts to be had. Like you're basically playing ping pong at this point, like high to low, high to low, high to low. But after this liquidity sweep, what did we have? You have a mech or something, a 5-15 minute. Wow, that was actually just a wick. Yeah, I guess you could have entered here. That's a clear inversion of this gap, but take it down to where? Just these lows. Same thing, same entry point, inversion, taking that to the lows, but if we see the 1 minute, you know, like, I'm sure there's something better. Validated bearish gap here. So if we have our bullish gap here, I don't know if this can be considered mitigate. Like if this is valid, maybe it'd be mitigated if price went like and closed here and then like went up here. But I think if it just like flushes through over a couple minutes, then that's considered a good inversion. I'll have to like research that some. I never really thought about that. But if you enter here off that inversion, 20 tick stop, targeting, even just this internal low right here. I suppose you could have waited for that 5 and 15 minute inversion for further confirmation that we're going lower. These equal lows, see these equal lows right here? I'm sure if I go on the, how many minutes is that? 5, 15. See. Wow, we're freaking moving in PM right now. Not even realizing that as I'm doing this recap. I actually entered off of I was on the mobile app, like TradingView. I can't log into TradeOvate for some reason, so I'm on just the paper account. I like bottom tick just now. I'll throw up a screenshot if you don't believe me. But I closed, you know, I was like, there's no way we swept on both NQ and ES. There's no way this could be a price target, and we're just like gonna accumulate the whole like freaking session. But I wouldn't really consider this accumulation. Maybe high time frame accumulation, but I guess this is just clean price action. I don't know. Never really experienced this. It's always going crazy. But I entered off like a rejection block. I want to get rejection blocks and the mech down. And I think that's a really good place to start. I genuinely bottom tick like right here. That's crazy. If I could only do this on the fucking live account, I'd be passed already, yeah. But this is why we recap, to see the things that we missed and to try to learn something from it, right? But anyways, taking this liquidity sweep, mech, accumulation would have had me being a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it actually swept right here. TP. I'd have been a little nervous here, but I wouldn't have closed. Like, I don't really close early. I actually hold my losers, which is probably a bad thing. Like the other day, I just knew I was gonna get stopped out, and I held anyways. So maybe I should close them if I know they're gonna lose like 100%. But this is just price action. I'm sure on the 5 minute looks cleaner. Yeah. Boom, all the way down. Damn, I have to start. This was like a lot of opportunity missed today. A lot of net that could have been covered here. See, this is why, you know, you can say, yeah, I'm disciplined and enter in off of this closure, right? You just missed the whole move. It's probably going to have a reaction off this gap here and go lower. If it inverts this is crazy. Candle closes in 1 minute. Can it do it? Oh, big push. Big push. Anyways. Like, you can't really be doing all that freaking waiting around. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your bias, if that's what you think's gonna happen on a higher time frame, such as the 5 minute, like, I feel like it's much more applicable to hone in on the 1 minute, or even like a rejection block, something like that. But like, let me see. I entered right here on my phone, but it's kind of hard to see with the indicator on, isn't it? I guess this inversion here, this candle, because it just kind of kept pushing. It didn't retrace and accumulate within the gap. It kept pushing. So if you enter here, if you're using the mech and not a rejection block, stop at the recent swing low. All right, 12 ticks is crazy stop. Actually, you know, I don't really believe in a tick amount. I kind of believe in liquidity pools, so taking it up to that unfilled 5 minute. Damn, bro. I really could have just taken that if I wasn't doing this recap, to be honest. That's something I would take. I wish I could log in a TradingView on my phone. I'm going to try again. I think it's just because I'm logged in on my computer that I can't, but like, I see these things, and they play out live, and I act upon them, like I actually enter. But I just can't seem to freaking get them, like, consistently winning. It's so much easier in hindsight. Obviously, you can see them, the moves after they've been made. Right, like, if you're just looking at the chart like this. Oh, we just swept H in London. I'm looking for a reaction to go lower. Oh, we just had an inversion of the 1 minute. Maybe I'll enter here. Oh, we're accumulating. All right. Big push. Keep pushing. My TP's about to get hit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, TP1 at the internal low. Like, what'd I say though? Gonna have a reaction off that gap. Just gonna go lower off this gap. So it's not like dumb in a sense. Like, I guess I just get FOMO. Or I get impatient. I definitely deal with the impatience a lot. Entering early, entering late. And that sort of thing. But if I'm just dialed in, I know where price wants to go. I know where the major liquidity sweeps will be, like, most of the time. So if I can just get trades like these down, these 1 and 2s, like, hypothetically, if I was sitting here all day, right? 1, 2. Well, this one up, and then fade this whole area. This one up, this one down, this one up. Like, that would be so cool to do that. Is this an A+ setup? The only A+ setups I see is this long from that sweep and this short from that sweep. Is this A+? I don't think so, because I wouldn't consider this previously swept area a major liquidity pool anymore. But I would consider this rejection block a liquidity pool that's significant enough. But with the moves already being made for the day, you know, that's when you want to, I feel like, target those internal fair value gaps and have a little bit more of a realistic price target than these big moves, you know. I've been damn, how long is this recording? Like 15 minutes? Okay. I'm gonna put together the trade recap from the other day, put together this one, and then post it hopefully by the end of the night. And yeah, be back tomorrow. Okay, I'm actually not going to include the whole recap from yesterday because it's literally like an hour long. Basically, I got my bias correct, but there was a big SMT, and like, I just kind of discounted the SMT because it's never really affected me before. But like, they are something to be on the watch for. I'll just say that. I went long here off of this 5-minute inversion, as you can see in the clip, and immediately got stopped out. You know, it was pretty much just a Judas swing manipulation candle. I immediately got stopped out. You know, I had said earlier, a few clips earlier, that I wanted to wait for London Low to get taken. London Low ended up getting taken on NQ. And we had a bearish SMT on ES, so ES was going down while NQ's going up, right? And just, it was all messed up. Price action was terrible, and like, I just felt that I shouldn't be trading, and I took the trades anyways. And that's something that I gotta get used to, is having days where I don't trade, because I just want to I want to get that time, and you know what I'm saying? But there's some days you just have to kind of sit it out. And even today was kind of one of those days. You know, AM price action was shit, but lunch and PM was really good, as we saw. Like, very clean setups in lunch and PM, but AM was like scuffed. But it is what it is. Negative 600 yesterday, plus 30 a day. We'll be back tomorrow for all that net. We're gonna make up all that net, I swear. I just came back from getting more coffee, and I see that we've tapped in the 4-hour, the lower one, and this one, right? And I just immediately entered a little late, freaking, but I'm super confident in this hitting. It has to, bro. It has to. Like, I guess it already moved fucking literally 20 ticks, but you know, I can't, I'm not invincible, you know. Oh shit, don't do that. You know, I can get stopped out, right? But I think this is a completely valid idea, that it's tapping into this higher time frame for value gaps, and then it has to go higher, right? So we'll see. And despite all that confidence, it was here that I knew that I messed up. Like, just the way the chart's moving and like how the candle is performing right now, I just knew my stop's gonna get taken. And it already broke that swing low off of that rejection block entry that I took. And just like, I'm busting out the toolkit and it's not gonna work. I should just close for a smaller loss, and I know it, but I actually moved my stop to the lower swing low. It's just like, bro, I was like a little bit in profit at one point, like 10 ticks in profit. I should have just closed. Damn. You'll see the rest though. You know, I knew this leg right here, it's equilibrium of the leg. Look at. I just equilibrium leg right there. You see, it's in discount. It's in discount, right? Right? It's in discount. It's discount. So what do we look for discount? We look for average longs. You know, and equilibrium of the fair value gap. We tap in. Bottom ticket. You know, it bottom ticket this week. Bottom ticket right into equilibrium of that gap. Perfect entry. And it's just gonna hit, bro. It's just gonna get pushed now, bro. Oh my fucking god, bro.